That's another thing now, I recall. Forgive my curiosity, but what precisely is long splicing? I knew then he was after me, in spite of the pleasant, almost sleepy expression in the dark eyes. His canny yokel style didn't fool me. I gave him back some of his own banter, while my heart began to hammer with alarm. "It's akin to splicing the main brace, Mr. Lincoln," says I, "and is a term which anyone who is truly interested in the sea would have found out from a nautical almanac long ago." He gave a little snorting laugh. "Forgive me. Of course I wasn't really interested. Just testing a little theory of mine." "What theory is that, sir?" says I, my knees shaking. "Oh, just that you, Mr. Comber, if that is your name, might not be quite so naval as you appear. No, don't alarm yourself. It's no business of mine at all. Blame my legal training, which has turned a harmless enough fellow into a confounded busybody. I've spent too long in courtrooms, perhaps, seeking after truth and seldom finding it. Maybe I'm of an unusually suspicious nature, Mr. Comber, but I confess I am downright interested when I meet an English Navy man who doesn't smother his food with salt, who doesn't, out of instinct, tap his bread on the table before he bites it, and who doesn't even hesitate before jumping up like a jackrabbit when his queen's health is proposed. Just a fraction of a moment's pause would seem more natural in a gentleman who is accustomed to drinking that particular toast sitting down." He grinned with his head on one side. "But all these things are trivial. They amount to nothing, until the ill-mannered busybody also finds out that this same English Navy man doesn't know what club hauling and long splicing are, either. Even then I could still be entirely mistaken. I frequently am." "Sir," says I, trying to sound furious, with my legs on the point of giving way, "I fail to understand you. I am a British officer, and I hope a gentleman." "Oh, I don't doubt it," says he. "But even that isn't conclusive proof that you're a rascal. You see, Mr. Comber, I can be sure. I just suspect that you're a humbug, but I couldn't for the life of me prove it." He scratched his ear, grinning like a gargoyle. "And anyway, it's just none of my business. I guess the truth is I'm a bit of a humbug myself, and feel a kind of duty to other humbugs. Anyway, I'm certainly not fool enough to pass on my ridiculous observations and suspicions to anyone else. I just thought you might be interested to hear about the salt and the bread and so forth," said this amazing fellow. "Shall we go and listen to them laying it off about the last minstrel?" It was touch and go at this point whether I launched myself headfirst through the open window or not. For a moment it seemed that the wiser course might well be headlong flight. But then I steadied. I cannot impress too strongly on young fellows that the whole secret of the noble art of survival for a single man lies in knowing exactly when to make your break for safety. I considered this now, with Lincoln smiling down at me sardonically, and decided that it was better to brazen things through than to bolt. He knew I was an impostor, but he could hardly prove it, and for some whimsical reason of his own, he seemed to regard the whole thing as a joke. So I gave him my blandest smile, and said, "I confess, sir, that I have no idea what you're talking about. Let us by all means rejoin the company."